Hey everyone, and welcome. Have you ever wondered what makes a story, well, unforgettable? Today, we're going to pull back the curtain and show you a kind of hidden blueprint, a secret code that connects some of the greatest stories ever told.
It sounds like a bit of a riddle, doesn't it? I mean, on one hand, you have the fancy, witty drawing rooms of Jane Austen's Pride and Prejudice, and on the other, you've got the rough, muddy banks of the Mississippi in Mark Twain's The Adventures of Huckleberry Finn. Honestly, they seem like they're from completely different worlds. But stick with me here, because the answer is pretty fascinating.
So, the secret that links these two classics, and seriously countless others, is what you could call a universal story code. It's a foundational structure, a kind of timeless architecture that storytellers have been using for centuries, whether they even knew it or not.
Now, this isn't some newfangled theory we just cooked up. We're pulling this insight straight from Chapter 7 of William Bernhardt's fantastic book, Story Structure. And what he argues is that this pattern isn't some modern formula, but a deep, resonant structure that has always been the backbone of really powerful stories.
So what exactly do we mean by story structure? Well, think of it like the invisible skeleton of a story. It's the strategic placement of all the key events, the turning points, the crises, the big wins, that gives a story its forward momentum and all of its emotional punch. It's what makes a story just feel right.
Okay, enough with the theory. Let's get our hands dirty and see how this blueprint actually plays out in a story I think a lot of us know and love, Jane Austen's Pride and Prejudice.
Just look at how neatly the key moments map onto this structure. First, the story kicks off with an inciting incident. A new, rich bachelor moves in, totally shaking up the world for the Bennet family. Then, boom, we hit plot point 1. That fateful, friction-filled meeting between Elizabeth and Darcy that really sets up the central conflict. Then comes the massive character turning point, Darcy's shocking and frankly insulting proposal, which just changes the entire game. After that, the story hits its absolute lowest point, the dark moment, when Lydia runs off, threatening to ruin the whole family. And finally, it all comes together in the climax, where Darcy's secret act of honor fixes the crisis and proves who he really is. It's a perfect fit.
You know, what's so wild here is that character turning point. Darcy's proposal is a famous disaster. He basically tells Elizabeth all the reasons he shouldn't marry her. But this moment is absolutely crucial because it's the very first time his true feelings break through that proud exterior. It's a huge shift for his character, and it sets the stage for everything that comes after.
Okay, so the blueprint works for a classic romance. But does it hold up in a totally different genre? A completely different world? Well, let's find out by taking a trip down the Mississippi with good old Huck Finn.
And what do you know? There it is again. The inciting incident throws Huck's life into chaos when his abusive father vanishes, and he's suddenly forced into this civilized life he can't stand. Then plot point 1 kicks the whole adventure into gear. Huck makes the dangerous, illegal choice to help Jim escape. The moral core of the entire book is the character turning point, when Huck literally tears up the letter that would betray Jim, choosing friendship over everything he's been taught. The dark moment is just heartbreaking. Their journey is over when Jim is captured. And the climax? Huck goes all in, committing to saving his friend and solidifying his break from the society that raised him. See? The same skeleton is right there.
I mean, this quote, it's one of the most powerful in all of American literature. This is Huck's definitive turning point. In this one moment, this kid rejects everything he's ever been taught by society, by the church, by all the adults in his life. He chooses his own conscience, his own loyalty to a friend, over the promise of saving his own soul. It is the absolute heart of his journey.
And this is where it all just clicks into place, right? When you put them side by side, the parallels are just undeniable. A social opportunity versus a loss of security. A fateful meeting versus a fateful decision. A threat to the family's honor versus losing your only friend. The details, the specifics, they're completely different. But the job that each of these story beats performs, it's exactly the same.
So here's the really crucial point. This isn't just a tool for analyzing old books. You can use this blueprint to break down, or hey, even to build, any story you come across.
Here's a simple little toolkit you can use. First, find that one event that just throws the main character's world off balance. Step 2, look for the big turning points that raise the stakes. Step 3, figure out the main obstacles and that dark moment, that point where all hope seems lost. Step 4, see how that very first incident leads right to the final showdown. And finally, step 5, ask yourself, how did the character change from beginning to end? This simple framework gives you this incredibly powerful lens for understanding literally any story.
So I'm going to leave you with a question to chew on. Pick your favorite movie, your favorite book, heck, even your favorite TV show. Try to map out its structure. I guarantee you'll find the same blueprint hiding just beneath the surface, giving that story all of its power. So, what's the blueprint of your favorite story?